Hi, today we're going to talk about the different topics that we chose and how we ended up on the final topic. So the first topic we chose was Zog. Zog was an extension of the original game that we wanted to do with an LLM. It's a turn-based multiplayer text input game where players can come together and achieve an objective. The scope we decided on was an online multiplayer game with multiple users, custom user prompts and scenarios, with all the game decisions and logic being done through the LLM. There's only one type of user, which was going to be the player. The functions and requirements were login register, being able to create and host a game with specific scenarios, inviting users, creating custom scenario, saving the game state, etc. So this particular application was to be delivered using a web application where multiple users can come together and play this game. And we would just have to manage the prompts and the game states for each of the application. Though it's very easy to implement, this didn't necessarily require the use of an LLM, and it wasn't very complex enough as well. And the feasibility of this, while it would have been very straightforward to do, the game was not as popular, so the demand would be quite low for this particular product. The second idea we came about was a writing assistant for writers and editors to work together and streamline their process. So the writers would be able to use this application to generate writing ideas for plot and dialogue, and also manage their chapters and pass it off to editors. Editors would be able to make suggestions based on tone and sentiment analysis provided by the LLM, and also be able to provide suggestions and comments to the particular user for the writers. So we thought about different requirements and functions like writing prompts, dialogues, text editor built in, tone analysis, logical analysis, and being able to organize the work for editors. This topic would have been easily achievable through a web application with text processor and also use of the LLM to identify all the nuances about the writing. We thought that this particular project had a lot of real world context. There's writers and editors already working together, and this tool seemed to help them do it better. There was a small amount of features, and this was not quite novel. So this was something that we thought that would not be a great idea to implement this anyways, because writers would be using similar tools. The third project that we thought about was a portfolio manager application, where portfolio management companies needed to edit and manage trades, which was very slow work for a lot of people. We wanted to create an application which was going to help the management of these client portfolios. There are three user types in this application: client, employee, and admin. Users, employees can actually manually update or automatically update portfolios. Users can interact with the chatbot and see their financial portfolio, and admins are responsible for user account creation and management. Portfolio manager application had a bunch of requirements using user management, client interaction with chatbots, and portfolio updates, and email alerts to clients. Employees could manually upload screenshots to the LLM for automated updates, and employees can manually edit client portfolios. We thought of a web application that employees can use so that they can do their tasks, and also for admins to manage the users. And clients would interact with this web application as well to view their portfolio and chat with the client bot, with the chatbot. So this particular application had a lot of real world context. It improves the productivity of employees and also improves the customer satisfaction of their customers. We thought that the use of an external LLM might have some future privacy concerns, and might be too complicated for this particular task that employees do, but we wanted to give this a shot. While the technical feasibility of the web application side is very straightforward to implement, there was some additional work when it comes to implementing the LLM in respect to this particular topic.
So for the final choice, we decided to go with topic 3, which is the portfolio management system, for a few main reasons. So firstly, it has a real world value and it solves a novel problem, which there doesn't seem to be other software that achieves it. It is complex enough to be used for our project to meet the task requirements. So something like topic 1 or topic 2 didn't have that many user types and lacked in functionality and features. 3, it utilizes the LLM in such a way that the application itself would not work without the LLM. Something like topic 1 and 2, we could sort of replace some of the LLM features and it would still work, so that's not a part of the requirements. So if we look at project overview, we start off with the ad hoc diagram on the left. So we have 3 user types: customer, employee, admin. They can interact with various parts of the system through the web interface. So customer does the AI chatbot, employee can upload a screenshot that undergoes OCR and then sends to the LLM, and the admin also has backend access. Class diagram. So user is an interface, and we have 3 different types: admin, employee, and client. Admin has the basic tools to create users, and employee has a list of clients through the client manager. So the client manager stores the array of clients, and that allows the employee to access the client portfolios. Client has a portfolio manager and a conversation. A conversation is a message history essentially with the LLM. So each conversation just stores an array of messages. Messages are a question with a response from the LLM. They are ordered in terms of time. And then we also have portfolio manager. Okay, so that holds a list of portfolios. Portfolio is essentially just a specific index for a stock. And then so with that portfolio manager, we can generate finance graphs. If we come over to one of our functionalities, the chatbot, we can see that is used to the client. So the client must log in first, and then navigate to the chatbot. They can view previous messages and ask a question at the same time. Look at the sequence diagram. Essentially, in this loop message, we have when the client sends a question, it creates a new message. It then adds the data to the message and then passes the LLM for the response. And then once that happens, it can store the data.
In this slide, we have the activity and interaction diagrams for automated portfolio management. Starting with the activity diagram, so we log in as an employee, navigate to the portfolio management, and here we have two options, view and edit the portfolios. So in the view, we choose client and then view the portfolio. Here you can either choose to view the portfolio and return to the portfolio management homepage, or else you can choose to edit the viewed portfolio. The other option is editing the portfolio. Here you choose the mode and you can either use a manual mode or an automated mode. So in the automated mode, so you upload a screenshot and select the clients for each of the screenshot. And what happens is after you upload the screenshot, the information is viewed in the image and extracted by the OCR and the LLM. Once that is done, confirmation page pops up and you can either confirm and return to the home page, else you can choose to edit the trade information. So in the editing trade information part, so you can enter the information about the trades like the client, the stock, the price, etc. And you can view and verify the entered trades. If there's any error shown, you re-enter the details. If not, it goes to the confirmation page, and once you're confirmed, it returns to the home page. So in the interaction diagram, the employee requests interpretation of the image to the server, and the server gets the image and gives it to the Power Automate, where the OCR extracts the text from the trades and stores it to the Power Automate, and the LLM gets the JSON from the text and returns the JSON string to the Power Automate, where the Power Automate returns the trades as JSON, the server in turn to the employee. Moving on to the next slide. So looking into the activity diagram, so we start with logging in as an employee, navigating to the trade management and selecting client's portfolio. So here we have two options, either we can edit trades or choose to create a trade. While editing trade, we can edit a trade, change particular fields, and we can confirm the change and give confirm edit. The other way, if you want to create a new trade, we create a new trade, we enter in the details and we submit the trade and end of the process. So when we look into the interaction diagram, so here we have employee, server, trade and database. We can create a trade where you enter the stock price, quantity and time, and a trade is created. At the same time, the trade is being edited and saved in the portfolio, and the portfolio is being returned. Moving on to the last slide, change management. If we want to change anything in the stage 2, we must evaluate against these criteria. Business objectives. The system must align with our core business requirements, ensuring that the employees can efficiently complete their work within the project scope. Impact analysis. Time is a critical factor for us. We should consider changes that maintain or improve quality while reducing the time required for implementation. Cost benefit analysis. We need to assess changes with a focus on the benefit to cost ratio. High benefit to cost ratio changes should be prioritized, while high cost changes should be avoided. Risk assessment. Our project scope and timeline are critical. We should only entertain low risk changes to avoid scope creep and maintain project viability. Technical feasibility. Changes in complexity are acceptable if technically feasible. We need to ensure we have the necessary access to technologies to implement these changes. Alternative solutions. We encourage exploring alternative solutions that meet the criteria and provide reasonable benefits compared to their cost.